What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Chris here with another video. Today's video, I wanted to cover something a little different. This is basically just going to cover a rundown, in my opinion, the top 3 aesthetic mods and top 3 performance mods if you bought a 94 to 04 Mustang and say it's pretty much factory. It could have a mod or two that you could change. Just from my experience, I think this is something that you should invest money into. These mods aren't going to be super expensive. They're pretty budget friendly, and it's just something that will definitely change the way the car feels and looks. I was suggested to do this video a couple days ago. I believe I've done it before on the channel, but that's kind of been a while ago. So I figured, why not just go ahead and cover it real quick. Unfortunately, don't have the Mustang again with me to basically look or anything. The only thing that's holding that up is just distance finding stuff like the motor and the transmission in my area. I don't want to, I've had people hit me up, be like, hey, I got this in California. I'm one of those people that don't want to take the chance. Even if it's covered by PayPal, I don't want that headache. I want to be able to see what I'm buying in person. I've honestly actually been burned once with the transmission in person, but I trusted the person, but I trusted their word. Unfortunately, that is a horror story that I don't want to get into and think about right now, because that is just one long story. But anyways, so we're going to get into this. So let's just say that you bought a 94 to 04 Mustang and you don't know what to do with it yet. You're on Google, you're on American Muscle, CJ Putting Parts, LMR, Lethal Performance. There's just a bunch of sites that sell car parts, and you start keying in Google searches, and you get like these pop-ups from these ads or whatever. When you step outside of the car and you leave the car and you see it comes from Ford with this horrible 4x4 stance, you want to address that. I wouldn't go coilovers, depending on your goal. If you just kind of want to go something budget friendly, I would recommend a set of like H&R or Eibach lowering springs. That is going to change the way the car looks, change the way the car feels, and I would definitely throw in some caster camber plates to get the alignment. It's going to allow the car, the Maximum Motorsports ones, they're the best for the most adjustment for those guys that align it at the alignment rack. It's just going to be easier for them, and it's going to save you in the long run on tires. So I would definitely upgrade. Springs are probably like $280, $300. Not that much to invest. Not that hard to install either, but it's just going to totally change the way the car looks. They have different ride heights. Eibach, or I think H&R has like a red, a blue spring, and a black spring. I think the black one's like more of like maybe a track style. I had the blue ones, the H&R Super Sports. It was basically the best of both worlds and gave the car the best lowered look. Basically, it was almost like 2 inches all around. So the second performance mod I would say is, this only applies to manual cars. I've only had manual Mustangs, so unfortunately, if you're an auto, this one isn't really going to help you. Basically, what I would do is pull the little center console tabs, and if you're not familiar with the stock shifter, what it looks like, or if you have an aftermarket shifter and you don't know what it is and it doesn't have a name, you can always Google it and compare and contrast. I recommend an MGW short throw shifter, but the Steeda Triax, I've had it. It's really good. The Pro 5.0 is pretty good. They all fall in the same price range, so that's why I would recommend an MGW. Very good shifter, has the different handle sizes and all that. The other two, very good. Just the Steeda is more of a comfortable handle, I guess, or shifter. The Pro 5.0 is just pretty notchy. The MGW, you kind of have the best of both worlds in between, or whatever you want. So that is something I would do, and while you're there anyways, you might as well upgrade the shifter cable if it's a stock one. The Ford one really sucks, and it's going to wear out over time, and you're just going to have to do it anyways. And if you upgrade it with an aftermarket one, you're going to be able to adjust your clutch, basically, I guess you want to call it clutch height. Yeah, so I would recommend either the Ford Racing one or the Maximum Motorsports one with a Ford Racing firewall adjuster and the Steeda firewall quadrant. Probably takes an hour to do all 3 mods, or 4 mods if you're including the shifter. It's not that hard, it's pretty easy, and it's just going to change the way the car feels over time right out the gate, and it's going to be so much better. The third one is, let's see, want to say like wheels and tires, or suspension. If you're gonna go to like the track or something, you want to definitely upgrade the rear control arms. Don't cheap out. Buy some like UPR or Team Z or Maximum Motorsports, but I feel like just they're like, those are not that expensive or whatever, but I feel like a wheel and tire combo is the best of both worlds. Get a really good tire that it, hooks, and a set of wheels, since they package them anyways. I would look on American Muscle or CJ's or even Discount Tire Rack. They probably have some stuff or whatever. I don't say you want a set of Cobra replicas or something like that, and LMR has those. I don't know if they do or not. They probably do. And wrapped in a set of Nitto Triple T5s. It's what I recommend. It's what I have, and that's what I always run. I've had other tires. I've had the Toyos and stuff. The Nittos, in my opinion, are the best. Just street daily driving, the track, street, just hooking on the street and stuff like that. They weren't that bad in the rain. I've driven them through the snow. They weren't super bad. You just kind of have to know how to drive a little bit. I'm not saying I'm a great driver, but I'm not an idiot about it. Let's just put it that way. So if you're going looks now, the lower springs, we covered that. Definitely the headlights and fog lights. The factory lights suck ass. If you have a little money to spend, get some retrofits. Google retrofits. It's basically what the newer BMWs and stuff like that have, and allows the, instead of just sticking a pair of HIDs and the light is scattered, it focuses the light. It's the best way I can put it. Those are going to run a little bit of money. I've had them before, and they definitely change the way you see things at night. But the diode dynamics, LED conversion, and the fog light HID kit that they have, I have both for the Mustang. Definitely changed the world, just being able to see. Plus upgrading the headlights. You can get the clear, amber, or just a new set. It makes the car look a lot better. Let's see, another aesthetic pleasing mod, in my opinion, would probably be the front bumper or hood combo. I would upgrade the hood. That's gonna run a little bit of money, but the thing is, you can probably find a used hood somewhere. Somebody selling like Christopher Vini's, or even a factory Terminator hood or something like that, for $400 to $500. And if you're lucky, you'll find it in your color match. But getting a hood painted is like, what, $350, $400, not that much. But doing, like, I would say, if you can find a 9901 Cobra front bumper, that's where it's gonna be very pricey. But if you can just do the 0304 and you like that better, there's eBay. I don't know if they still do. They used to sell a pre-painted one, so it was like $300 or something like that, shipped to you for free. They would paint it within a couple weeks, and you would get it within 1 to 2 weeks. Like, I believe the guy just basically has the stuff kind of ready to go, ship out. So if you can do like a hood bumper combo, that's what I would do. In my opinion, that's just, it definitely changes the way the car looks. So if you wrap that with the lowering springs, you got a performance mod and a look, hood bumper and headlights and wheels, I think you're doing pretty good. The only other mod I would believe probably changing aesthetically, I didn't really think about this. The looks mods are going to cost a lot more than performance, in my opinion, just because, I mean, I don't think looks sell as much as performance stuff. So I would say seats, honestly. Say you got a factory 9904 Mustang GT seats, cloth or leather, and you want to upgrade to like a set of Mach 1 seats. Those are great. Those are going to run probably, I've seen people sell them for like $700, a full set. But if you want to do like a Corbeau, a Brom, a Cypher, or whatever, Sparco, or whatever the hell, aftermarket seat, upgrading seats is probably about like, so we'll put it like $800 to $1,000 range. It definitely changes the look of the car. Another thing that I could recommend, if you guys are into like maybe minimal stuff like carbon fiber, Carbon Driven is a good website that makes stuff for the Mustang. That's where I've gotten all my carbon fiber parts in the past and current that are in the car. These are all interior mods. They do make exterior mods as well, like it's the windshield wiper cowl, the wing, or the spoiler, or whatever, the hood. So they do different variations and stuff like that. But if you're looking for like a real clean look with good quality stuff, I would hit up Carbon Driven, and you don't want to spend, say, money on seats or whatever. Some of their parts are like $200 to $300, and it's totally worth it. A guy makes them in batch. I guess he hand makes them or has somebody do it for him. Never had a problem or anything with it. They have everything from the cluster gauge to the door inserts, the door panels, even the center console. Like, I think it's just something that you basically put over it, but it looks good and it changes the way the car looks. And I'm a person that's like very minimal, less is more, but I just think it looks clean. I do like the carbon fiber look, just not overly done. So he has like the radio, double din dash, the center console, and the cluster gauge part. So I just need the cluster gauge part and I'm totally done with mine. But I have, you know, just a few various parts. And once the car's together, I'll definitely just do like a little tour of the inside of the car and show you guys. But that is basically just my advice and some things that you can pick up and change the way your car feels, looks, and handles. And this is just from my experience from owning a new Edge and a 97 as well, and doing all this stuff and testing stuff out and spending money here and there. Anyways, guys, that's gonna do it for this video. Again, I apologize for having no Mustang. We're eventually gonna, you know, once things start rolling, and let's see, you know, let's say I have to actually travel a little bit further to get this stuff like a motor transmission, I'm definitely do that. But you know, I'm gonna wait it out a little bit to see if anything pops up in my area or a couple hours away. But anyways, that's gonna do for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed this. Make sure to give this video a thumbs up. Let's get that subscriber count up to 8,000 and then go from there. Yeah, subscribe for future content on just whatever comes with this channel. I hope every single one of you enjoyed this, and I hope every single one of you have a great weekend. I will catch you guys in the next video. Have a good one.